As an influential voice in collegiate athletic training for more than 3 decades, Charles Chuck Ash served Troy University student athletes from his roots as an undergraduate student athletic trainer in the mid-70s until he retired as the director of sports medicine in the fall of 2017. The 2016 Troy University Alumnus of the Year, Ash was inducted into the Alabama Athletic Trainer Hall of Fame in 2008 and was also named the Alabama Athletic Trainer Association College and University Athletic Trainer of the Year during his career. Ash attended 305 consecutive Troy football games in his role as an athletic trainer, and in 2001 was granted membership into the prestigious American Sports Medicine Fellowship Society. A 1978 and 1979 graduate of Troy, Ash coordinated all aspects of athletic training, including the supervision of students enrolled in the athletic training curriculum, which has become one of the most respected programs in the country. Ash didn't limit his dedication to just Troy University. He also used his expertise as an outreach to the local community.
I grew up in Lakeland, Florida. And as I was finishing high school, I really had no idea where I wanted to go to school or what I wanted to do for a career. One of my good friends approached me and he said, "Hey, I'm thinking about riding up to Troy State University in Troy, Alabama." I'd never heard of Troy or Troy State. And I said, "Well, sure, I'll go for the ride." And we rode through campus, looked around, and eventually he joined the Air Force and I came to Troy. The first 2 people I met on campus ultimately became the 2 biggest influences in my academic and professional career. That was a lady named Ms. Virginia Watson, who was my advisor and teacher for many classes I had here. She, over a long period of time, actually taught me how to be a student. And then Doc Anderson, who is in the Troy University Hall of Fame, taught me how to be an athletic trainer. And the tools that they gave me while I was a student here, I used my entire career. John Adams was my first assistant, and he was really the brains behind the operation. And then subsequently, Bobby Templin, Diana, Allison, Sharice, they all came on board, and I could have never done the job I did without their support. One of the very beneficial things that we realized in athletics was the long-term association that we have with our team doctors. A lot of places team doctors come and go, but here at Troy, we always had that association with the same group of orthopedics, and then Dr. DeShira, who has been with us for years and years and years, has been such a great help. The things that we were able to get accomplished through our association with Jeff Dugas and his aggressive philosophy, and him being probably one of the brightest orthopedic surgeons in the country, we were able to do some things that had never been done before. There's 7 or 8 surgeries out there that we rehabbed and returned players faster than anybody had ever done before. And it was because we had that trust and relationship. For those of you that know Maryland, you probably know that we ran in totally different circles in college. Right toward the end of the year I was working on my master's degree, we had a class together and I sort of knew who she was, but then when I got to Phoenix City, we ran into each other, and we started dating, and we started dating maybe about September, and we got engaged at December, and we got married in July. We've been married for almost 38 years. And without Troy, I would have never known her. Troy was the place I raised my 2 sons, Bubba and Cody. If there's ever been glue that held this all together, it was the love of my life, Marilyn. One thing I'm very, very grateful for in my experience at Troy is the support we've had from the leadership, and that goes all the way to the top with Dr. Hawkins and Mrs. Hawkins. I've never asked them anything that they weren't able to help me out with. We didn't always have the money, but I knew they had my back. I survived 7 athletic directors, starting with Robert Earl Stewart, and then another great guy, Johnny Williams, and Red Williams, and John Hartwell, and now Jeremy McLean. Troy's been so blessed with the leadership that we've had in athletics. Not many people, or especially athletic trainers, will ever be as lucky as I was to have worked with some of the legend coaches that I did. When you talk about Chase Riddle, who's in the Hall of Fame, Bobby Pierce, who's going in, Larry Blakeney, Don Maestri, and David, it was such an honor to work alongside of those guys and look at the experience that they had in coaching and draw from their knowledge and experience and put it into our athletic training and practice. When I look back through the conference championships, the national championships, we returned a guy with an ACL tear in 8 weeks and 2 days, an elbow surgery. The guy got scoped that morning and practiced that afternoon. We did some really, really amazing things over the years, but being inducted into this Hall of Fame is the highlight of my professional career.